Let's talk about a skill that's absolutely fundamental to learning, but one we almost never actually get taught: how to take great notes. And I'm not just talking about writing stuff down. We're going to get into how to completely transform the way you listen, think, and most importantly, remember. You know that feeling, right? You walk out of a lecture or maybe a big meeting at work, and you feel great. You totally got it. But then, an hour goes by and the key details start getting a little fuzzy. By the next day, it's like all that amazing info just vanished, leaked right out of your brain. And yeah, we're going to call that the leaky brain problem. But here's the secret. More often than not, the culprit isn't a bad memory. It's just that we don't have a good system for catching and processing information in the first place. And that's where the real art of note-taking comes into play. And I'm calling it a skill for a very specific reason, because taking effective notes isn't some talent you're born with. Nope, it's a practice. It's something you can learn, you can get better at, and you can totally master. It's about switching from just passively listening to actively engaging with the ideas. So what is note-taking really? Well, at its heart, it's a system. It's not just random scribbling. It's about being strategic, recording information in a way that helps you organize it, shrink it down to what's important, and, this is the crucial part, actually make sense of it when you look at it later. Now, the best part is there isn't one single right way to take notes. Not at all. A better way to think about it is like you're building a toolkit for your brain. Different jobs need different tools, right? Well, we're about to stock your mental toolkit with 5 really powerful methods. And hey, feel free to mix and match them to build a hybrid system that works just for you. First up, we've got a classic you've probably seen before, the outline method. This one is all about that clean, logical, hierarchical structure. You start with your main topics, then you indent for subtopics, and then indent again for all the supporting details. The result is just incredibly organized and easy to follow. This method is going to be your absolute best friend when you're dealing with subjects that are presented in a straight line, like a history lecture or a chapter in a textbook. Using that familiar structure, the Roman numerals, then letters, then numbers, it basically builds you a perfect study guide as you go. All right, next in the toolkit is a real powerhouse, the Cornell method. Its magic is all in the unique layout. See how the page is split up? You've got a big column on the right for your main notes, a skinnier column on the left for cues, and a little box at the bottom for a summary. So here's how it works. After the class, you go back to that narrow column and you pull out keywords, or even better, you write questions that are answered in your notes. This forces you to re-engage with everything you wrote. It's like a built-in quiz, making review an active process, not a passive one. But what happens when the topic isn't linear at all? When ideas are all interconnected? Well, that's where the mapping method, or mind mapping, comes in. Instead of a top-to-bottom list, you put the main idea right in the center, and then you branch everything out from there, creating this awesome visual web of connections. This is absolutely perfect for brainstorming sessions or for when you're trying to wrap your head around really complex, tangled-up relationships. If you're a visual learner who thinks in pictures instead of lists, the mapping method could be a total game changer for you. Okay, next tool for your kit, the charting method. This one is all about organization, and especially comparison. You basically turn your page into a grid by setting up a table with columns for different categories. This system is just incredibly effective when you need to compare and contrast things, like the pros and cons of different theories or the key differences between 2 historical events. It pulls out just the most important facts and puts them side by side, which makes them way easier to review and memorize. And last but not least, we've got the most straightforward approach of all, the sentence method. There's no fancy structure here, no complex layout. You simply capture the information one point at a time, writing each new thought or topic as its own sentence. Now, don't let its simplicity fool you. This method is a beast when you need to create a really detailed and comprehensive record. It's perfect for those super fast-paced, dense lectures, or anytime you need to capture an exact quote, a definition, or a complex explanation with total accuracy. Okay, so you've picked a method. Now, how do you make it even faster and more efficient? You supercharge it. Let's talk about a few simple hacks to boost your speed, no matter which system you end up using. This is all about working smarter, not harder. Using common abbreviations like B/C for because saves you precious seconds. And symbols are even more powerful. A simple arrow can replace the whole phrase leads to, and a question mark instantly flags something you need to look up later. It's like creating your own personal shorthand. So we've got the tools, we've got the techniques to speed things up, but let's bring it all home and circle back to the biggest question. What's the real payoff here? Why does mastering this stuff actually matter so much? Because it puts you on a clear path to becoming a way better learner. It all starts by forcing you to actually focus your attention. That active engagement is what enhances your understanding and really locks the information into your memory. Then, as you organize and summarize, you're strengthening your critical thinking skills. And in the end, you just become more organized and effective. That whole leaky brain problem, consider it solved. So there you have it. Your new toolkit is officially stocked and ready to go. The only question left is, which one of these powerful tools are you going to take out and use first?